our resource persons to give their views, comments, and additional information from their point of view. As we already introduced, they are all from the organizations dedicated to the sustainable consumption and production. They all have their own networks and programs. That's why we invite them to give input, and they've been working with you throughout the process.
For me, the key success to Switch Asia lies, as was mentioned many times, in reaching out, networking, communicating, and awareness raising. But perhaps at least as important, it's about creating and incentivizing framework. What we have found out, at least in the European context, is that within citizens or consumer groups, you will find certain people that are willing to change their behavior, which is basically what we need to do, simply because they're being made aware of the unsustainable consumption patterns. But the vast majority of businesses and consumers, they need more than that to change behaviors. So it needs to be appealing, it needs to be fun, it needs to be cost effective for consumers on the one side and also for businesses to act in a more sustainable manner.
Let us inspire others to join. Again, that's replication basically. I mean, the question is always, how can I reach out to somebody who is not aware of SCP yet? Can I tell him about my CO2 emission I saved, and I can go into the room and say, yo, you know what, I saved 1 ton of CO2 emission. I don't think he will be, well, he might be partly impressed if he works on climate change, but if he's not working on climate change, maybe it's not the right way, one thing which will impress him. I think what impresses him might be that you tell why did you achieve actually this 1 ton of CO2? What was the success factors you had? Maybe you had a very unique concept in place. Maybe a very unique case how you reached out to all the SMEs. So we would like to make sure actually that you have enough stories to tell later on, methodologies and concepts to inspire others to join us.
The networking facility will continue to, with its endeavors to help projects to communicate with each other and to present their results in the best possible way. With regard to our own future commitments on Switch, we are, as you know, currently working on the preparation of Switch policy support component, which would be intended to work together with governments of Asian countries who are implementing policy instruments on sustainable consumption and production. We had a discussion on Thursday morning with those government officials who attended this meeting and several of the resource persons from the networking facility, together with other staff of the European Commission, including staff who've come here from European Commission delegations. I think in that discussion, or I certainly hope that we managed to communicate to the government officials what sort of program we're trying to put together and why. And I think we've laid the ground now for further, much more detailed discussions between our delegation staff and government officials to take place in those countries in the coming 2 or 3 months. The topic of sustainable consumption and production, I think, will remain a priority in the regional strategy paper for Asia, also for the years 2011 to 2013. And there is an ongoing discussion on exactly how the resources that are available will be divided between the various priorities in that strategy paper.
Without your support, network facility can't move anything ahead. So we'll get back to you, and we'll work continually together as a family from now on. Thank you. So I announce the networking event, first networking event, closed.
The networking facility was also very helpful in us getting ideas from other implementation partners about what our own projects should be doing and how we should be looking for key indicators of success right from the start. And overall, I think this is something that we should probably revisit again and again during the next 3 years over the course of the project.
Absolutely fascinating to see 97 people come together to be so incredibly creative over 2.5 days, very precise in their recommendations and really committed. Absolutely great to see that passion inside the room.